I'll be ready whenever you guys get them up.
Copy that, sir? You're going to step to the counter and state your full name for the judge, including your middle.
No Lundy, no Officer Lundy.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lundy. The state is alleging one charge of disorderly conduct against you. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. That is a misdemeanor allegation. I've scheduled you an arraignment on the 16th of September at 9 a.m. That's where you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that charge. Prior to you giving your plea, all of those options will be explained to you as well as the penalty range, so you'll be well informed on your next court appearance before you give your plea. Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately if your address changes. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do not contact the alleged victim in any manner. And then I'm ordering you to report to pretrial services. So what that is, it's the probation department. You're not on probation, but you are on release services. My intentions are to release you on your own recognizance, but you're required to contact the probation department. I'll provide you a name and phone number. Upon release, they're going to monitor these release conditions to make sure you're abiding by those and make sure you're appearing to court. You understand?
Yep.
Can you abide by these release conditions I've explained?
Yes, sir.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Always.
Okay, we'll release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all I have for you. Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring Mr. Lundy back up to you because he's got the Yavapai hold.
Okay.
That warrant.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Mr. Lundy, we're releasing you on your own recognizance on the local charges. There is a probation violation filed out of Yavapai County Superior Court. So you'll be held with them. It has no bond, so they'll be notified to come pick you up to report to that probation violation. But the local charge, you're not being held on. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all I've got for you then.
How long does Yavapai have to come get me, Your Honor?
It's the law says a reasonable amount of time, and it can be up to a couple of weeks. So most of the time it's shorter than that, but they have a reasonable amount of time.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
That count. All the way. You're gonna state your full name for the judge, all the way.
Christopher Joseph Wilson.
All right, Mr. Wilson.
Yes, sir.
The state is alleging two charges against you. One is dangerous drug possession or use, and the second is drug paraphernalia possession or use. Both of those are felony allegations that you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. I've scheduled you for a preliminary hearing on the 8th of September at 4:00 p.m. The preliminary hearing is to determine if there's probable cause to charge you with those two felony allegations, not convict you. If probable cause is found, then your case will bind over to the Gila County Superior Court. If probable cause is not found, one or both of those charges could dismiss. There's a possibility that the charges could go in front of a grand jury prior to your court date, or there's a possibility that the county attorney will not file the charges, but they have up to the statute of limitations to do that, which is nearly 7 years from the date of your arrest. Best thing to do is to call a business day before to see if the court is still proceeding. You understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, your release conditions are obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately if you obtain an address,
Okay.
do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, do not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and do not possess any firearms, and if you're convicted on these charges, you could become a prohibited possessor. Do you understand those release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you abide by those release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you'll show up to court as ordered unless you're otherwise notified?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
We'll release you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all I have for you.
Have a good day.
And then detention staff,
Yes, sir.
I've got one to do in Globe, so while you're bringing over, I'll finish that one up in Globe, and then we'll do the Spanish speaking.
Are you ready for Mr. Blood, sir?
Which one is it?
Mr. Bloody's MCSO warrant. I think I sent it over earlier.
Oh, I didn't see that one, so I don't have it prepared yet, sorry.
Okay.
I've been in court the whole morning.
No, I unfortunately understand, sir.
Okay.
Gila County Jail.
Hi there, this is Judge Garvin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I was wondering if I could see Jody Gutierrez.
Okay.
All right, I'll send you an invite shortly.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you start record? I believe I'm going to be doing an arraignment with Mr. Gutierrez. And then would you also let Andrea know that I'm getting ready to start with that?
She is not in the office, Your Honor, but I will let her know.
Okay.
You're on record, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I help you?
No, I was just looking at your name.
Garvin.
That's right, Mr. Garvin. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay once I get past this.
Hey, Judge, how you doing, sir?
Good. Can you see me and hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Sounds good.
1 second, sir.
Judge,
Yes.
Andrea is out of the office. She doesn't have her phone, so I'm not quite sure where she's at.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need me in here?
I do not.
Okay.
I'll just call you in when we're ready to turn off record. It'll be another 5 minutes or so.
Yes, Your Honor.
To the chair there? Yep.
Well, sir, could you state your name, please?
Jody Gutierrez.
All right, Mr. Gutierrez, I want to confirm a couple components here. What I'd like to do is hold your arraignment now. You're facing 3 counts of disorderly conduct found under the domestic violence statute and 1 count of DUI. The disorderly conduct charges and the DUI are all class 1 misdemeanors. Those are all are punishable with a maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months in jail, and or 3 years of probation per charge. There is no notice from the prosecutor at this time that there's any jail time required on any of the domestic violence charges. However, there is a mandatory minimum of 8 consecutive hours of jail time on the DUI, which you may have already served. The DUI charge also is jury eligible, so if you wish to have a jury trial, then you can request that. And it also has the ability to have a court-appointed attorney at little or no cost to you. If you wish to let me know, I'll send a financial statement to you and complete that. And if you financially qualify, then a court-appointed attorney can be assigned. So if you wish to do that, just complete that financial statement and get that back to us. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Your options to plea are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. And before I take a plea from you, I want to make you aware that on the domestic violence charges, there is a mandatory minimum, just like the DUI. Mandatory minimum has the mandatory minimum fine on a DUI is $1,115.50. Mandatory DUI counseling and mandatory 8 hours of jail time. On the domestic violence charges, the mandatory minimum are a $50 address confidentiality fund fee and a $50 domestic violence fund fee and mandatory domestic violence counseling. And those are per charges with the exception of the counseling. You don't have to do that over and over and over. So that's the mandatory minimums and the maximum penalty range for you. Your options are to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty or no contest, we will schedule sentencing at a later time as we must comply with victims' rights notifications. If you plead not guilty, we'll still comply with victims' rights notification and we'll schedule you for a pre-trial conference. That is where you will meet with the state prosecutor. The state prosecutor may provide you a copy of the police report and any other evidence they plan on using at a potential trial at a later date. One of the following results will occur with your not guilty plea after the pretrial conference. Number 1, the case could in fact go to a trial. Number 2, the case could enter a plea agreement that all parties agree on, including yourself. Number 3, the case could dismiss. Number 4, there could be a change of plea by you from not guilty to guilty or no contest. Or the final case could be continued for further processing either by yourself or by the prosecution. Do you understand those options?
Yes, sir.
All right. A guilty plea means that you're admitting you committed the violations. A not guilty plea means you're denying the allegations and or that you wish to speak with the prosecutor regarding the case. And a no contest plea is not admitting or denying, but accepting a conviction. Both guilty and no contest pleas show on a criminal history as a conviction. Do you understand those plea options?
Yes, sir.
All right. Besides the ability to have a court-appointed attorney, which you can exercise your right in this case as you have a qualifying charge for it, you also can hire your own attorney at your own expense, or you can waive the presence of an attorney in its entirety. Do you understand those options?
Yes, Your Honor.
Regarding those choices, how do you wish to proceed on the attorney decision? Court-appointed attorney request, waiving the presence, or hiring one at your own expense?
I would like a court-appointed attorney.
Okay, so I'll make sure I get that financial statement to you, and we'll automatically assign that if you financially qualify. So I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you on these charges, since you want to exercise your right for an attorney. And then if you qualify for that attorney, that assignment will be made right away, and you'll be notified of who that is, provided their phone number. And I've got a court date for you regarding that. So you'll get a copy of this, but we're scheduling you for a pre-trial conference for you and your attorney, if you qualify, on September 29th of 2026 at 9:30 a.m. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So whether you have an attorney, let's presume you will qualify, then we'll assign that attorney and you'll be notified of who it is, but we have to wait to get your financial statement back. If you don't qualify, you'll be notified of that as well. Then you'll decide to whether you proceed on your own without an attorney, or whether you wish to retain one yourself. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to review your release conditions with you. Those are obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately of your address. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do not contact the alleged victim in any manner. Do not go near the location of the alleged offense. However, you may return one time with law enforcement for a civil standby to collect personal belongings if you wish. Do not possess any firearms. Can you abide by those release conditions?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on those charges. You'll be held for Gila County Superior Court for the probation violation, and then so they'll see you here in the near future, and then depending on the disposition of that is what will happen with your in custody or out of custody status. But as far as these charges are concerned, I'm releasing you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet. Do you have any questions for me?
Can I appeal the order of protection?
You can. You can ask for a hearing on an order of protection, yes. So you just come to the court and ask to request a hearing on it. Make sure that you read the information regarding requesting a hearing and follow those steps, but you absolutely can, yes.
Okay, how long do I have? I heard I have 15 days.
I don't have that order in front of me, but if it's a normal order of protection, you can ask for a hearing at any time that order is in place. So if it's an order of protection, that's a 2-year period. And if it's an injunction prohibiting harassment, it's in a 1-year period. And then it'll expire at the conclusion of those.
Okay.
So at any time in those while they're in place.
Okay, and probation, like, how long do they have a certain amount of time to come see me, or?
Yes, but it's not defined. It says a reasonable amount of time. Typically, you'll find that it'll be within a week or so, maybe even a day or two, possibly. It just all kind of depends on their calendar and schedule.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Any other questions?
I think that's it.
Okay, that's all I've got for you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Just about ready. Thank you.
Welcome to Language Line Solutions. Please, for
Thank you for calling Language Line Solutions. This is Lundy, ID number 460907. I'll be your Spanish interpreter today. I am proud to serve you, and this call may be monitored for training and quality assurance purposes. Before we proceed, may I please have the spelling of your first and last name and the name of your department?
Yes, the spelling of my first name is Donald, Donald. Last name is Garvin, Garv as in Victor, IN, and Payson Regional Courts, and I'll need a court certified interpreter, please. And I'd like to request a specific interpreter if they're available.
Okay, before I transfer the call, do you have the name?
Yes, it's Carlos, and his number is 201372. Second option is Ella, 208207, please.
Okay, one moment, sir, while I'll get this for you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Hugo. I'm going to get you an interpreter. You need a legal Spanish interpreter, right?
Yes, and can I request one of two if they're available?
Do you have the interpreter ID?
I do. The first option is 201372, and then if he's not available, 208207, and if she's not available, any legal interpreter will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please hold.
Thank you for calling Language Line Solutions. This is Carolina, ID number 214495. I'll be your Spanish interpreter today. I'm proud to serve you, and the call may be monitored for training and quality assurance purposes. How can I help you?
Hi there. I have a defendant that is appearing before me in the court. If I could have you introduce yourself to the defendant.
Okay, thank you, John. Buenas tardes, yo voy a ser su intérprete y la llamada puede ser monitoreada por razones de calidad y seguridad.
Sí, muy bien.
All right, and interpreter, if I could provide an oath to you, please.
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will well and truly interpret from Spanish into English and English into Spanish accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment in accordance with the standards prescribed by law and the Interpreter Code of Ethics, that you will follow all official guidelines established by this court for legal interpreting or translating, and discharge all of the solemn duties and obligations of legal interpretation and translation?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. If you could ask the defendant what his name is and spell his last.
Señor, si me puede decir cuál es su nombre y si me puede su nombre completo y deletréeme su apellido.
Mi nombre es Alejandro Islas Juárez.
Alejandro
Islas.
Alejandro Vistas.
Islas.
Islas
Sí,
Suárez.
sí,
Suarez.
sí.
Y Isla es ISLA.
Y ese al último.
Islas, okay. All right, Your Honor, it's Alejandro Islas, I-S-L-A-S, Suarez, S-U-A-R-E-Z.
Es Juárez. Con J al principio, es Juárez.
Juárez, oh,
Sí.
oh, I apologize, Your Honor, it's Juárez, J-U-A-R-E-Z.
Thank you. And
If I can just ask him to speak a little louder, I can barely hear him.
yeah, just closer to the microphone.
Sí, si se puede poner un poquito más cerca al micrófono.
A ver, ahora me escucha.
All right, can you confirm? The state is alleging 7 charges in total against you.
El Estado alega 7 cargos en total en contra de usted.
All of them are misdemeanor violations.
Todos ellos son violaciones de cargos menores.
There are 2 counts of assault filed under the domestic violence statute.
Hay 2 cargos de asalto bajo el estatuto de violencia doméstica.
There are 2 counts of disorderly conduct filed under the domestic violence statute.
Hay 2 cargos de conducta no apropiada bajo el estatuto de violencia doméstica.
And 2 counts of preventing the use of a communication device, also filed under the domestic violence statute.
Y 2 cargos de prevenir el uso de un equipo para poder comunicarse, también esos están bajo el estatuto de la violencia doméstica.
And 1 count of criminal damage filed under the domestic violence statute.
Y un cargo de daños criminales que también se hizo bajo el estatuto de violencia doméstica.
On those charges, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial.
En todos esos cargos se tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio, tiene el derecho de tener una representación legal y también tiene derecho de ir a juicio.
I have scheduled you for an arraignment on the 16th of September at 9 a.m.
Lo he puesto, le he hecho para que usted tenga una defensa de acusación el 16 de septiembre. I just want to verify, Your Honor, you said the 16th of September at 9 a.m.?
The 16th, 1/6 of September at 9 a.m.
Okay, para el 16 de septiembre a las 9 a.m.
Your release conditions are the following.
Kennedy Norton.
Las condiciones de soltarlo o dejarlo suelto son las siguientes.
Obey all orders of the court.
Tiene que obedecer todas las órdenes de la corte.
Do not commit any crimes.
no cometa ningún crimen,
Notify the court immediately if your address changes.
tiene que notificarle inmediatamente a la corte si llegara a cambiar su dirección.
Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court.
No salga o se vaya del estado de Arizona sin permiso de la corte.
Do not contact the alleged victims in any manner.
Y no contacte a la alegada víctima de ninguna forma, la contacte.
At the arraignment, you'll need to be prepared to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
El día que vaya a la corte, cuando tenga el día de la acusación, ¿verdad? O del cargo, tiene que estar preparado para declararse culpable, no culpable o no va a pelear.
Depending on your plea will be what happens next with the court proceedings.
Dependiendo de lo que usted se declare, como usted se declare, entonces de ahí se va a saber cuál va a ser el procedimiento de la corte.
Each of those options, as well as the penalty ranges, will be explained to you prior to giving your plea, so you'll be well informed.
Okay, antes, o sea, esas dos opciones y también a la multa, pues, que usted pudiera tener, todo eso se le va a explicar detalladamente antes de que usted tome la decisión de lo que se vaya a declarar.
Do you understand?
¿Usted entiende?
Sí, sí entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Can you comply with those release conditions?
Usted puede, o sea, puede hacer esas condiciones de poder soltarlo, o sea, puede apegarse a esas condiciones.
Sí, sí, estoy seguro de cumplirlas.
Yes, I'm gonna comply.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Y va a aparecerse en la corte como va a ser ordenado que aparezca.
Sí, sí lo haré.
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'll release you on your own recognizance. However, there is a Department of Homeland Security immigration hold on you. They'll be notified and contacted to come pick you up to report to immigration.
Que yo lo voy a soltar bajo su propia conciencia, pero usted tiene un aguante de Homeland Security y Migración, y entonces tenemos que, cuando ya salgamos de aquí, tenemos que entregarlo a Homeland Security y Immigration.
Tengo una pregunta.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Ok, si soy requerido por inmigración, ¿cómo es que voy a regresar?
Okay, if I'm required to be held for immigration, how am I going to come back?
You'll have to speak with immigration regarding that. We also have the ability to have you appear telephonically if necessary.
Okay, que tiene que hablar con inmigración acerca de eso, y también tenemos la forma de que usted pueda presentarse telefónicamente.
Any other questions in that?
¿Alguna otra pregunta aparte de eso?
No, estoy bien, es todo.
No, that's all.
I've authorized on this release order that you're allowed to appear telephonically and will need to remain available by phone at the number provided between 9 and 12 o'clock p.m. for court contact.
Que yo he puesto aquí, ¿verdad? En esto que lo estamos soltando, que yo he autorizado que usted pueda aparecer telefónicamente y que tiene que estar disponible por teléfono en el teléfono que ha dado entre las 9 y las 12.
Sí, está bien.
Okay, I'll need your signature where it says defendant on the release order, releasing you out of custody on the local charges and summoning the Department of Homeland Security.
Necesito que usted firme ahí, señor, donde dice defendant, tiene que firmar ahí, y donde dice que yo lo estoy exportando de los cargos que tiene aquí locales y que lo estamos entregando a Homeland Security.